Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Mag TV, family. Welcome to Mag TV. Blessings to you and your family. So happy to be here again. Top of this Monday morning. The sun's out. Played football yesterday. My team won. Choop, choop, choop. And yeah, I'm just really gassed. Listen, today's key message is make your next move your best move. Whatever your next move is going to be, whatever your next move is going to be, make your next move the best move. Please like and subscribe these videos. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Sorry, I got a pet lizard and it was just making some movements. I thought, where is it going? But yeah, make your next move your best move, and please subscribe to these videos. Because why? Because every time you press like, you leave a comment, it impacts on the algorithm, and the algorithm exposes more people to these videos, and these videos, as you know, is banging. Yeah. Yes, right now I'm in my son's room. You can see he's got all of his cartoon characters at the background and whatnot. But we don't intend to be here for long. We want to upscale. We want to be in a nice studio. And at some point, we're going to be doing live interviews. We're going to be bringing people in and having deep and meaningful conversations. And I know you guys are going to love the guests. Yeah. I didn't just pop out of the blue. I'm definitely not. Someone said, oh, Davis, you're trying to be a YouTube influencer. Definitely not. I'm just being me. And people have criticized me over the years because I've been working with young people, with families, with central government for over 20 years. Yeah, about 25. I started in 1999 when I left university. That's when I officially started working in the community. And literally, I have not stopped. Ouch. Oh, my shoulder. Aye. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, I have not stopped. Literally, I haven't. I've been getting strength from strength, strength to strength. I've learned so much, and I've got so much more to give. I just love working with young people. I love working with the community. It's not easy, and yeah, it is what it is. Today, like I said, make your next move the best move. Why? Because too many young people and families that I'm supporting, that I'm working with over the years, they are not making their next move their best move. And as a consequence, they get caught up in the school to prison pipeline. Yeah? They get caught up. And this is why I got my chess pieces here today. I got my knight and I got my king. And we're forever telling young people, this is you. Yeah? This is you. When you're playing chess, this is you. You are the king. And the whole aim of chess is to keep this king safe and secure. Sometimes the king stays stationary without even moving for the whole game, but all the king does, he directs and delegates, and he works as a team with his family, with his network to ensure his safety. And we say this to all of the young people, boys and girls that I work with, because girls can be the king as well. The king is a mindset. It's not a person. It's an ideology. It's a way of thinking. We say to all the young people, you have to embody this piece. You have to embody and start thinking about who in your environment can you work with, who in your environment can support you, who in your environment can keep you safe. Yeah. And all of these different pieces here, like you've got the pawns, you've got the queen, obviously, you've got the queen here, you've got the pawn. All of these pieces are different personas, the different attitudes, the different mindsets, and all of them work together as a team to keep the king safe. Yeah. This is my favorite piece here. Yeah, it's called the knight. It's the only horse on the board, and it's the only piece that can jump. It's the only piece, so it's a unique piece. And this is the piece that we're going to activate today. We're going to activate the knight within you. I've actually written a book about that, you know. Yeah, when you go into check the comments, not the comments, the description of this video, and you're going to see the book where I give all of the pieces a characteristic. I've not given it to them, it's already in place. I'm just sharing it with you guys and how you can activate these pieces in your life. So this is the horse, and it's very unorthodox. It's very unorthodox. It's very unpredictable. So in order, yeah, to win this game and make your next move your best move, sometimes you're gonna have to do something uncharacteristic. Sometimes you're gonna have to leave your comfort zone, because the magic exists at the end of your comfort zone, or even outside of your comfort zone. Whatever, Trevor. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about the school to prison pipeline. Wow, so many young people, like, it's sad. It is sad, sad, sad. The amount of young people I've worked with over the years, from year 5 and 6, I'm telling teachers, you see that child right there? This is what's going to happen if the intervention is not put in place. Like, I see young people journey throughout the years from year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've seen them go from primary school into secondary school, get permanently excluded, end up in a pupil referral unit, and before you know it, criminality. I've seen it time after time, and it does not have to be that way. I work with a lot of professionals in this field, a lot of my learned individuals, and they will talk about the school to prison pipeline like it's definite, like it's finite, like nothing can interrupt it. It's written in stone, Davis. You can't change it. Whatever, man. You can change it. You can dismantle it. And I'm going to share with you guys how I indirectly, it wasn't my plan, but indirectly I came across an intervention, a method, a mindset to help young people overcome the school to prison pipeline. And the mad thing is, it actually worked. Yeah, it wasn't my intention. I didn't sit here, this is my plan. No, I stumble into things. I'm a problem solver. That's why I love chess. Give me a problem, I will solve it. I will find a solution to it. And when young people come to me with their problems, sometimes the solution finds me or finds us. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. But before we kick in to this video, I want everyone, like, again, to please leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe. Let's get this video. I want at least 100 views for this particular video. Yeah, 100 views. I'm starting small, but trust me, we're not going to stay here for long. Yeah, I want to talk about this book real quick. When I'm doing these videos, every so often, I'm going to be sharing with you some books, because it's not just about me and what I have to say. It's about the amazing individuals whose shoulders I stand upon. Do I even have any more? 2 books, actually. 1 second. Yeah. I want to share this book with you real quick. Relentless. Yeah. From Good to Great to Unstoppable. Bad boy book. Bad boy. Just get a copy and read it. You will see why. I love this book. Oh. And inside I've got a flyer of my son, Manhood Academy. Yeah. So tap in, find out what they're doing, what we're doing. We're doing transformational work. Like, we're gonna have to do a whole video on this. And for those that have an issue with this image, because some people think manhood, black boys, forget them, blah 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 blah. I've seen I've seen the responses. I've been in rooms where you're talking about black boys being excluded, and it's normal, like, okay, next, who cares? I've seen the demeanor. But also we've got this one here. Yeah, Adolescence on Netflix. I know a lot of you have seen the documentary, and yeah, we're going to be talking about adolescence as well. I put a post out on LinkedIn that went viral. Yeah, thousands of comments based on the post that I put on LinkedIn. But what happened next was mud. Yeah, you're going to be like, Davis, are you lying? I'm like, no, I'm not lying. But I know a lot of people have got challenges and issues with this, young black boys in the education system. And a lot of these young black boys, I'm not going to put my son up there because that's not his reality. Definitely not. But a lot of young black boys, yeah, they get excluded permanently from school. It starts off small, little call outs here or there. Then you got detentions, and then before you know it, they're getting excluded. And I'm sure I missed some parts within that pipeline. But when that child gets kicked out of school, sometimes there's a managed move, in which sometimes the managed moves are good, but schools can be really sneaky. But I want to focus on PRUs. And a lot of PRUs now, they don't even call themselves PRUs. They call themselves centers. Some of them call themselves colleges. Some of them education center. Like, some even call it academies, just to make you, the parent, feel that my child is safe there in that environment. Yeah. And it happens often. It's all about branding. It's all about how you present yourself. But one thing I know for certain, that, and this video is not saying that the school to prison pipeline don't exist. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, we have to learn to speak solutions into the world. There's no point meeting up a family saying, yeah, the school to prison pipeline, and then you're just ramming that narrative down your throat. but you're not presenting no alternative, you're not presenting anything else, that is it. The school to prison pipeline, and you're scaring them, you're traumatizing them, and you're not giving them no tools. You're not telling them how to navigate the board of life. Yeah? The board of life. How many squares on this board? Leave a comment. Leave a comment. How many squares? And it's a trick question, isn't it? How many squares on a chessboard? Yeah? How many squares can you see on a chessboard? Anyway, before we get kicked in, before we kick in, and I'm not going to sit here talking about the school to prison pipeline. I'm going to talk about a solution that I stumbled across. But before I do, I want to talk about this amazing book here. It's by Neil Myers. It's called Gifted at Primary School. And I'm telling you, I work in primary school and secondary school. I work with boys and girls, black and white, all demographics, yeah? I can't go into a school and be like, this here for the black boys. It doesn't work that way, yeah? I'm here for young people. But one thing is for certain, young people in the primary school, once they're in primary school, they are amazing. Their eyes are wide open. Their tails are bushy. They are curious. They're asking questions. And then I've seen the transformation. I've journeyed with young people. When they go into the secondary school now, their heads go down. The hoods are up. You can see school has done something. Something has been done to them. 100%. It's not natural what is happening to young people. And this book breaks it down beautifully. Gifted at primary, failing at secondary. Big up, I don't know what word he was trying to come out there, but big up my big brother, Neil Myers. Yeah, he's a mathematics teacher. He's done a lot of work in America, here in the UK. He's always doing podcasts and videos. Please hit him up, yeah? And this is the book here. Really good book. Lots of insights in there. Lots of facts and figures and statistics. And on the topic of statistics, when you're talking about school exclusions, we know, yeah, that if you're a part of the global majority, if you've got brown skin, if you're from Africa, the Caribbeans, more so the Caribbeans, yeah, and a young boy or young girl, you're more likely, yeah, to get excluded from school. That's just what the facts say, yeah. You're more, I think it's like 4 times or 6 times more likely to get excluded from school. That is mud. And when you do your Googles, deep dive, speak to ChatGPT and ask it. And it will tell you, yeah, schools, a lot of schools, or the institutions, I'm not even going to say that school, the institution is racist. Institutional racism is real. It is real. And this pipeline is also an institution, and it is real because we're all working together. So we must educate ourselves, and the best way to dismantle this system is by having a strategy. It's not by marching, it's not by protesting, it's not by always talking about it, so you're solidifying that within the psyche, that only reality, that fixed reality. It's all about having a strategy, a counterbalance. You understand what I'm saying? So boom, that's the school tip. No, that's the gifted at primary, failing at secondary school. Check it out. All right, I'm gonna share with you guys a story, yeah, and this is a true story of what took place and how I came across this amazing initiative that literally helps young people stay out of the poo, stay out of the pipeline, but in fact, it helps them to create a new pipeline, and we're gonna call it the school to boardroom pipeline. The school to boardroom pipeline. Lock in, family, lock in. And this pipeline is so real. It is so real, and we're going to be talking about that. Not in too much depth, because this is not a seminar. I'm just here sharing, and I've got one eye on the clock as well, because man, I've got workshops to deliver today. Yeah, and what I'm going to share is captured in this book here. This is the second book that I've written. I've got about 10 books out, and I know, yeah, Davis, you need to promote your books more. That's this. I just want to just do the work, you know. I'm not here to like do the videos, even though I'm here. I'm not here to say me. It's just not me. I just find it a bit cringy sometimes. But I'm here, and I'm trying, in it. I'm trying just because people want to hear what I have to say. People want the resources, and I guess I have to be more visible in this age of visibility. You understand? Everyone wants to be seen. So yeah, let's get the algorithms working in our favor, so more people can hear about what's really happening and how you can overcome it. Yeah, how you can overcome it. Like I said, I've been in this field for since 1999, won so many awards, been on TV, been on radio, been on the news and all that stuff there. All of that don't mean nothing to me, but um, I'm deeply unsatisfied. I'm really angry in it. I'm really, really angry. I've got a lot of venom because I see our community declining. I see our community declining. I see young people's lives. When young people say to me, Davis, I'm not even happy being a young person. I'm not happy. That this breaks my heart. I've seen parents, like I look at them and the parent will be like, Davis, I don't like my son. I think I've been cursed. Guys, the amount of stories, the amount of testimonies that I hear from parents and young people, man. Like, so yeah, I'm just here solely just to do the work. Yeah, I'm a servant of the Most High and I'm here to do the work. So this book here, yeah, no enemy within. No enemy within. This is what we're fighting against. Yeah, forget the system for a minute. The school to boardroom pipeline is not about the system, it's about you. It's about teaching you and your child not to fight back, but to fight forward. When you fight back, you get trapped in what happened and you're imprisoned by what happened and you're feeding what has happened that you cannot change because it has already happened. When you fight forward, you start creating new possibilities. You start creating a new way of thinking. You start creating the reality that you want to see. So check it, yeah? No enemy within, yeah? The stories within here and the whole strategies within here as well. But yeah, so as you know, I work in schools, yeah? I work in schools across London, sometimes across the UK, and I love working with groups, yeah? So I'm a group work specialist. Give me a group of young people, it's a wrap. Myself and my team, big up My Life Matters. Myself and my team, give us a group of young people and we'll smash it. We will make that space a safe space for young people. Sometimes young people come into my workshop space in a school and there might be music in the background. Sometimes I might have a little bit of incense that I'll just burn. I don't want to set off the fire alarm, but this is a quick. This so when they come in, they can feel the ambience, they can hear the music. Sometimes there's food there, fruit, never rubbish food, always some grapes, strawberries, celery sticks, hummus, flatbread. Just so young people come into a space of learning. Sometimes I might even have some posters. So visually, they will see motivation. If the school is good, that's already in place, yeah? And when I will go into the schools will always, in terms of the mandate, they would always say to me, Davis, we've got a group of young, not always, by the way, don't get me wrong, but it's the specialism in it. Davis, we've got a group of young people who are at severe risk of getting excluded. Please come in and do what you're doing. Yeah, some of them are being exploited, some of them are being groomed, some of them have had multiple missing episodes. We know what happens. All of it is a part of a wider narrative, yeah. Grooming is a big deal, and I'm a specialist in that as well. But all of that is a part of a wider discussion, yeah. And that is that life chances of that young person is declining. That young person is at severe risk. So picture it now. When I'm working in these schools, and this particular school, it took place in Wembley, Northwest London, big up Wembley, blah, blah, blah. And I remember speaking to the teacher and I said, look, I want this program to be ongoing. I don't want to create a strong rapport with this group for like 6 weeks and then I got to leave. That's long. It sometimes works, but for this particular group, I want it to be an ongoing program. So I was embedded in the school for about 2 years. Every Thursday, I went into the school and I delivered workshops to different groups of young people. So one term, it might be like one group, yeah? And then that group will leave. But because this young people still see me in a school, that connection is still there. Connection is key. Then the following term, another group will be within the school, yeah? And I wasn't working for the school, I was working with the school. So I had my own enterprise, my own company, and I would come in every Thursday and I'll be there for the whole day sometimes for the morning, but sometimes for the whole day, just delivering workshops and holding space for young people. And there was one group in particular, we're here now, story time, yeah? I've set the context. So there was one group in particular and I was working with them for 12 weeks, yeah? 12 weeks I was working with them on a leadership program. This was a leadership program and I labeled it that. Really, it was a let's keep it out the crew program, but we don't want to let young people know that, innit? We don't want to let young people know because that language is damaging. So I told the young people, listen, the school has seen you, young boys, and there was about maybe 12, 15 of them, yeah? You young boys, the school have seen you as future leaders. The school has seen something within you, and they want me to help you nurture that power that you have and direct it in a certain direction. The young people understood that narrative, and we worked together. And the first few weeks, building up those connections, building up that rapport, eating food, laughing, building trust, me sharing stories, building up my credibility. Boom, boom, boom. Before you know it, the group are in my hand. They're my little bros. Yeah, we've got them. We've got them. If I say jump, they are going to jump, right? Because they trust me. And also, I'm not a school teacher, so some of the things that they shared with me, they knew that Davis is not going to go and tell Miss or Sir. Trust me, there's no safeguarding concerns. If it was, things get escalated. That's normal. But I'm saying the little nuances of their experiences as a young person, and it weren't just young black boys, there were Turkish and white boys there. But the cohort, they knew that this is a safe space where they can deep dive. And also, because normally like professionals don't share their story, I will sit there and I will share aspects of my story with the young people just to let them know that I understand where you're going and where you've come from. I am you, we are one. The young people love that. And some of the things that they would share about what's happening at home with themselves and trauma and pain. Deep stuff, man. Deep, 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 deep. Lots of tears, lots of anger, lots of standing up. And me having to hold them and hug them tight. Let them know, family, I've got you. I've got you. It's okay. Normalizing those deep and meaningful conversations, yeah? Now, this particular group, I never forget the day. Never, ever, ever. This was probably like week 6 or 7. The group are fully embedded in our curriculum, what we're teaching them. And yes, we've got a curriculum. We don't just sit there and say, what are you going to talk about? No, man came organized. I came in my presentations. I came in my handouts with my slides. Like, it was a whole program these young people were on, yeah? And the reason why it's the visuals are important, because some young people, after a certain time, they start to fade away because you're talking too much. Even if me, if you're gonna after a while, I'm like, all right, all right, all right, show me something. So we'd stimulate their senses with like videos, with clips from YouTube, from TikTok, from Instagram, little quotes and all that kind of stuff. So it was a whole experience of them looking at something that they can inspire to, that is motivating them, that will prompt a certain a prompt. That P was aggressive. That would prompt a certain conversation, but also my narrative as well, and the handouts. It made it a whole experience for the young people. So they came out full of food, soul food, educational food. Like, we fed them and they came out rich and they came out hungry, but they were not perfect, because I could look at this group and I could see why the school would refer them to me, because I'm just like, it's techie. It is techie. It is very possible that you guys, and I'm very honest with the young people, I'm telling them like, yo, if your next move is not your best move, you could end up dead. That's the reality. You could lose your life. You could go prison. Like, this is the reality. So I'm very, very black and white with them. Very black and white. Yeah. So week 6 now, I remember me coming to the school gate, as I would always do, sign in, Davis J. Williams, la la la, who am I here to see, la 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 la. They already knew me. Hey, how you doing, sir? I'm good, thank you. How you doing, miss? La la la. Have a little talk, Arsenal, the best kind of talk, and I'd walk through the corridor into the mentoring suite. That's where sometimes a classroom, that's where the workshops will take place, and I'll deliver, and then that will be it. I will deliver, take a break, I'll deliver for our next group, eat some food, and I'll deliver. So it's a whole day of delivery, different groups, yeah? But this particular group, I had them for about 12 weeks, and halfway in, as always, I would walk through the corridor. But this week was different. This week was different. I don't know what was in the air, what was in the water, but this week was different. I remember walking through the corridor, and allow me if I close my eyes, yeah, because I'm just recollecting the story, because I'm taking myself back there, innit? Walking through the corridor, and I remember approaching the classroom. I could smell some rank BO. Like, the body odor was mad. I could smell body odor like I've never smelled before. It was a concoction, and I knew it was coming from the classroom. So as I walked, I could smell it. I'm like, yeah. And like, my nose is very strong. Yeah, those that know me know that I smell everything, even things that I shouldn't smell. I'm like a dog. Yeah. And as I approached the classroom now, I could hear their voices. So I could see that they were creating a stir. There was an energy, there was a vibe. Something had happened, and they were recollecting, reminiscing, and they were sharing their perspective. It was like watching like talk sport. No, it was like watching um a reaction video of someone watching a video on YouTube and then reacting to it, as a group. So as I approached the classroom, I got to the door now, and I saw one young person was on a table. About 6, 7 of them were on the chairs. All of them were just centralized on one person who had his phone in his hand, and they were watching footage of something. I'm trying to understand what footage. I hope it's not porn. What footage are these guys watching? And and I started to hear the narrative. Oh my gosh, look how long that shank is. That's the first thing that I heard. So I thought, what happened? So I'm there listening and listening. And long story short, Wembley, a young person got stabbed, got rushed by another group of young boys. Some of them were there. They were recording it on their phone. The knife was like this. I saw the footage, and it was disgusting how this young boy was dragged on the floor, stabbed a few times. He didn't die. Thank you, Most High. I don't know how he survived that. And what really, really, all of them were black. All of them were black. But the way this group of young boys, wait, all of them were black. Some of them were your children, yeah, celebrating this. Your child, yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Our children, because in the African culture, they say when a mother gives birth to a child, that child doesn't belong to the mother, doesn't belong to the father. That child belongs to the community, to the village. Yeah, so there's a sense of oneness, and I understand that. Today, I was watching the video, not even today, I was watching the video. I saw people mind their own business. I watched the whole video. People who's just like, I see grown men them watching and kept it moving like this is nothing to do with me. Crazy. But that's besides the point. Yeah. I saw the reaction. What really took me was the reaction of the group that I've been nurturing, that I've been pouring into, that I've been gifting. Their reaction, they were celebrating the stabbing of this young boy. They celebrated. They were laughing. They were making a mockery. There was no remorse, no compassion. There was nothing but hatred. And I was effing vexed. I was vexed. I didn't show my anger straight away because I had to make my next move the best move. I didn't want to rant and rave. So I said, all right, put the phones away. I gathered them around on a table. Sorry, to sit around the table. We sit in a circle and put the tables to one side, I should say, sorry. And I said to them quietly, what the F was that? Like my whole persona changed, didn't it? My persona. Normally, Davis J. Williams is light-hearted, bit of a joker, I should say, bit of a joker, always running jokes, always bantering, always dissing people. But behind that, there's a whole strategy behind it. You understand what I'm saying? There's a whole strategy. Today, on that day, sorry, they saw a different side to me. I was mad. And I was not playing. I was not playing. And they knew that. Because at 1 second, they were all reveling and loud. But I had them quiet like a mouse, fam. I was not having me wasting my Thursdays and seeing that. And at the back of my mind, I was saying to myself, Davis, how are you going to punish these boys? Because for me, I don't believe in punishment, right? I believe in programming. Yeah. I believe in conditioning. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in this beating someone. Not that it will ever happen in common. Yeah. But I don't believe in beating someone because of something that they've done, but they've not learned. Yeah. I believe whatever you're doing, it should funnel them away from. Yeah. Like when my son does something like crazy, which is very rare if he does, man's doing 150 push-ups. I'm going to make you feel that burn, fam. And then when you're tired, get up, horse riding stance and hold it. You know what I'm saying? I'll make him buckle, like let your legs shake. Feel that burn. Feel that burn. Or here's a pen and paper. Write a story. You know what I mean? I'm giving him work to do to cultivate himself so he can evolve from that mindset or that version of himself that created that situation. So at the back of my mind, I'm like, Davis, what can you put in place, yeah, that's going to help these young boys kill that version of themselves that celebrated that? Because that version of themselves, and that's why in this book here, you can see this young person is got a cape. He's a little superhero. He wasn't always a superhero. He wasn't always a superhero. He had to evolve out of that. Even when you're looking at this logo here, you see, this is one of our logos at the Academy at MAG. You can see the young person in the middle, he's meditating because he's practicing and connecting to that version of himself that is going to help him evolve. Yeah, so I'm there and I'm ranting and I'm vexed with them. I'm telling him, like, you lot, I cannot believe this. Your family will be at shame. Shame on you. La 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 la. I'm telling them, I'm making him feel bad. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, nah, this is not hard enough now. Not hard enough. And then something said to me like, look at you lot, man. You lot are a bunch of zombies. You lot are a bunch of zombies. This system is making you into what you are now, and you're allowing it to happen. How dare you? You lot are ops. You are ops to the system. You're ops to your family because you are not going against the grain. The system says do this and you're doing it. Look at you lot with your video, with your hoods on and your mask. It was absolutely disgusting what I saw. And I was not happy. And I told them exactly what I felt about them. But then I said, you lot are zombies. You lot are brainwashed. I bet you any money, if I told you to put your phone down now, yeah, I bet you any money you couldn't do it. That was the carrot right there. That was the thumb screw. In the 48 Laws of Power, it says every person has got their thumb screw. Yeah, every person's got that button that you can press. And once you press that button, yeah, you get access to them. I found the access. It was their phone. It was their phones. Yeah. Because when I mentioned that, someone else said a slide comment. Remember, yeah, I'm vexed. These guys were quiet. Yeah. And one of the young boys said, oh, that's mine. I don't need my phone. I'm like, yeah? You don't need your phone, yeah? All right, all right. And I'm there thinking, remember, make your next move your best move. Yeah? I'm like, okay. I'll tell you what. For the whole day, let's see who can go without your phone. Minor, David. I don't need my phone. My mum always takes my phone. All right. So now something started to build in my mind. Yeah? A whole intervention started to build. And like I said, I've mentioned it all in here. All in here. I said, all right. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Yeah. And I'm going to read it to you. Yeah, I'm going to read it to you. Let me find it real quick. And if you see their faces, yeah, like this is why it's so important to have big man energy or big trouser energy. You know what I mean? Big person energy when working with some groups. You have to challenge them, guys. You have to challenge them and you have to be fearless. Yeah, you've got to be fearless because if you're not fearless, they are not going to grow. They are not going to transform. And I wanted this group to transform. I'm looking for, here it is here. So I said to them, boom, for the next 7 days, it started off with 7 days, yeah? No social media, total blackout, I said, no phones. And now I could see some of them were a little bit like shifty because it was a challenge. Yeah, it was a challenge that I'm challenging you. 7 days, no phones. But I wasn't satisfied with that. I let it all out on them. I said for 7 days, no social media, total blackout, no Snapchat, no Instagram, no Facebook, no Twitter. In fact, I remember I said to them, no television, no YouTube, nothing. I said, in fact, let's see. You lot said you're not brainwashed, yeah? You said you're not slaves to the system, yeah? You're not slaves to this system that don't like you, yeah? Okay. No negative behavior for 7 days. Let's see if you guys can not misbehave for 7 days. No fighting, no arguments for 7 days. It was a challenge. In my widest streams, yeah, I wanted them, yeah, to say they can't do it. That's what I wanted them to say. I wanted them to flop. No Candy Crush, no time-wasting games, no Snake for 7 days. No gaming, no PS4, no X. I was giving it all, everything that came into my mind. Nothing. But I said yes to, yes, yeah. You can socialize with your friends during that period. Yes, you can step into the better version of yourselves. Yes. And then we created a little contract. Yeah, we created a contract. And that contract lives inside of this. This here, some of you are watching this, you might have seen the website that I put out, the toolkit. And the toolkit was called, my mind wastes, yeah, this from the school to boardroom pipeline. Yeah, there's a toolkit. And within that toolkit, you've got the actual toolkit that gives you all the suggestions, all the prompts, all of the theory. And then there's a poster. And then you have this. This right here, family, play to win. Wow. It started off as a little scrap piece of paper. Yeah. Because all of the young boys that we're working with, they were on report. They were on report for bad behavior, for not following instructions or whatever. So all of the boys, every single one of them, they were on report. And at the end of every session, I'll be like, yes, A, they done good. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they would have a little infraction, but that's neither here or there. So what I did, I created a challenge for them for 7 days, no social media. But within that 7 days, they had to complete this book. This is actually a handbook. And it talks about how to play to win. And that's what we wanted the young people to do, how to play to win. But this wasn't in place then. Yeah, this wasn't in place then. We just gave them a little contract to sign and they went away. But this was the byproduct. This is what came out of that discussion. So I'm just giving you a heads up. So the 7 days, I said to the teacher, please send an email to all of their teachers, not the teachers, all of their parents, let them know 7 days, no phones, 7 days, nothing. And then I said, can you guys complete this mission? Are you going to complete this? Are you going to flop? Show me. Step up, man up, show me. And they agreed to do it. In the back of my mind, I'm like, they are going to flop. It's not happening. So I left now, yeah? Session done. They went. I went home vexed, but then I kind of left all of the stuff there. So it kind of subsided after a while. And then boom, that was it. Next week now came, 7 days later, same process. Thursday, went to the reception. Hi, miss, how you doing? Hey, Davis. Oh, good win for Arsenal. Yeah. Oh, Liverpool lost again. Yeah, man. Like, Liverpool are dead. Loud me, guys. Loud me. Walking through the corridor. And also, the teacher said, like, at the reception, Davis, well done. That's what the teacher said. Davis, well done. I'm looking at the teacher like, huh? Like, thank you. I wasn't sure what she was talking about. I thought she was just giving me flowers because I know I put in a lot of work, a lot of hours in that school, in it. So I thought, okay, another flower session, no problem. Yeah. Walking through the corridor like I normally do. And obviously, when you're walking through the corridor, there might be some teachers walking up and down. You might see some students because you're in a working environment. Walking through the corridor to the designating classroom. Mr. Williams, that was fantastic what you did. Well done. I need to sit down with you. The back of my mind, I'm like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? What happened? Walking through, about 3 teachers stopped me, yeah, and said one of the students' name, whatever student it was, they were highlighting how fantastic that student was. Little Tyrone, I'm not saying his name was Tyrone, safeguarding, obviously, we're not going to reveal the school or any names. Tyrone, he was phenomenal. He was exemplary this week. Davis, whatever you did, well done. In the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, there's something happened. There's something happened here. Got to the classroom now, yeah, and I saw their reports. Because every time at the beginning of all the sessions, we didn't do it the last session because I was angry, but every session we check in, I look at their school report to see like what happened, And normally when I'm looking at the report, it stunk. Nothing but D's and E's, nothing but red capital letters, because they weren't following instructions, like they were about to get kicked out of school. So they were there for a reason. And numbers don't lie. People lie, narratives lie, but numbers, as far as I know, supreme mathematics, numbers don't lie. So I'm always looking at their numbers or their statistics that is always captured on their report. Yeah, that's always captured on their report. And this week, their reports were glowing. I kid you not. I kid you not. Their reports were absolutely on fire across the board. Every single student. Then the head of year came in shortly after and says, Mr. Williams, I must say, this week, each one of these students, they were star boys. They were star boys. If they continue like this, like what the teacher just took a bunch of flowers and just threw it over the whole classroom, everything. Like, my heart was soft. I thought I was gonna bust a tear, because what the teacher was sharing was this that just because these young boys were not on their phones and attached to the metaverse, they gave themselves permission to shine. And some of them, it was the first time ever that they shone the way they did. I was absolutely gassed at what I heard. I was so moved. I was inspired. I asked them, the young boys, to give their testimony based on how they felt the week went. Because remember, we gave them a 7-day challenge. All of them completed the challenge, guys. All of them. Do you know how happy I am when I heard that? Some of them had a failure here or there. So when I went home, my mum was watching Netflix and I had nowhere to go. So I just had to watch. I'm so sorry. But generally speaking, yeah, they smashed the challenge. They smashed it. 7 days, they went black. They're blacked out. But what came back though was how grounded they were, how focused they were, how perfect they were with their behavior for 7 days. I was like, wow. That is when I said to myself, this is how you beat the school to prison pipeline. That is how you beat it. You set up a game for these young boys to compete. And that's exactly what we did. They competed. And then that was the blueprint. So the following session now, after that group finished, obviously we continued the work. Next term now, we decided that we was going to pilot this new program called Play to Win with a group, with the next group. 7 days. Yeah, similar cohort, similar personalities, want to be bad boys, want to have their trousers down there, showing their bum cheeks move. Like, fam, I don't want to see your bum, man. Pull up your trousers, get yourself a belt. Like, you're there. It's mad what they're doing. It's crazy. Crazy. But anyway, yeah. So we wanted to try it out because I left so motivated that I'm like, nah, I need to test this. So I went away and we created this booklet here. Yeah. This booklet is split into 2 halves. The first half is theory, how to play to win. Yeah, what are the rules of the game? What character are you in the game? So basically, we turned school into a console, into a game, and that young person was the main player in that game, was the star. And basic questions, and this is what the first half is talking about, is young person, who is the final boss in this game? Oh, is Mr. Toenails, whatever the teacher's name is. How are you going to overcome this teacher? Or questions like, or prompts like, what is your mission in this game, young master? And they will share what their mission is. So the first half of the program was really priming the young people into, when you step through the school gates, get your mind ready to play this game. When you come into the teacher, how are you going to get that teacher to smile? How are you going to get points? So it's all about the points in this game. And then boom, we came up with this. Yeah, I'm going to show one page. I'm going to share one page. And like I said, all of this is in the toolkit that's available to you. So this is day 5. Yeah, this is day 5. The young person had to present this to their teacher, the head of year, every day. And the whole aim was them to get points from the teacher. So this was a report. This is a report, but it's a report created by myself, and it's a positive report. Not a report that the school uses to manage their behavior. Yeah, and if they get low points, they get detention. If they get high points, then they go off report, and then they go back to be a normal civilian in the school. This is a positive report that helps their young boys or the young people, helps them to manage their behavior, but also help them to step into greatness. So for instance, this is day 6. So I'm going to read it out to you, right? So this is day 6 here. And it says at the top, life is a game. how many points do you need to get? Yeah, how many points do you want to get? And then you've got the adult's name there. So the adult, the teacher, will put his name there, will put the signature, and the young person has to get points, has to score, and the young person has to take this home, and the parents need to sign it to say that these things have been done as well. So things like, have you cleaned your surroundings? That's a question. So me, I'll need to go to the child. The child will go to their parent at home, and the parent will need to sign that off to say they have cleaned their surroundings and give it a score. One being everything was wrong, nothing worked. 2, needs improvement. 3, just okay. 4, great. 5, excellent. I am so happy. It was so mad, yeah. And whilst doing this for 7 days, no social media, no phones, no nothing. So it's a week of focus, and it's a week of getting points from their parents. And obviously the parents had to be honest with their score. Did you complete your affirmations with good energy? Every day, the young people, they had to do affirmations. And if they didn't, it would just reflect on their score. You don't have to do the affirmations. You don't have to. But it will reflect on your score. And you want to get the scores, right? Because when you get the high scores, you get a prize at the end. Boom. Did you achieve today's goals? As an example, have you been mature and caring? And every day, there's different tasks. There's some core tasks that's there, but there are some key tasks. And there's a bit of variation. Yeah, we ran that within the school, and I'm telling you, family, the school smashed it. Yeah, the school smashed. All the students excelled. I was so gassed, I was so motivated, after seeing all of the young people thrive and not get no detention, no call outs for 7 days, nothing. They were perfect students. Yeah, I went away and I created this book. Yeah, in like about 2 weeks, I wrote this book talking about the whole experience. It's a workbook as well. You got the activities that's within there. And the whole aim for this, and we made it 14 days. And what we're saying to young people is 14 days, you can become a superhero. All you got to do is unplug from social media. So there you have it, family. How to beat the school to prison pipeline in 7 days. And develop the school to boardroom pipeline. And boardroom is not suit and tie. Oh, hello. No, it's a mindset. The boardroom is a mindset, and it's a mindset of the king. Family, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. I don't want to be here past an hour. Like, subscribe, and share this video, and let everyone know that your child can beat the school to prison pipeline. But we have to give the young boys and girls the tools to win this game. And this is where this comes in. This is the ultimate tool. Life is a game. Play to win. Play to have fun. Know your mission. Know your characters. Know your ratings. Improve your ratings. Develop a winning team. All of that is discussed within this. Peace, family. Peace and love. I need to get some water and I've got to get ready. But I was so gassed. I've never seen anything like it. Well, didn't plan the way I wanted it to, but the outcomes exceeded my expectations. It so exceeded it. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment how you found this video as well. We're still growing this platform. And yeah, let's help these young boys and girls beat the school to prison pipeline. Peace.